We are all the beneficiaries of former CIA senior official Ray McGovern's participation in the public debate. The more visibility he has, the more people that hear him, the better I like it. I still treasure the moment when Ray confronted then Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld about his Iraq war lies. In the opening days of the elective war on Iraq, Rumsfeld had made the outlandish claim that he knew where the non-existent WMDs were. When McGovern confronted the Pentagon chief in 2006 at a public forum in Atlanta, Rumsfeld pivoted to the brazen denial, insisting that he had said no such a thing. Never mind that this is the electronic media age, and all anyone had to do was roll the tape to watch Rumsfeld's balderdash. Rumsfeld on ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos, March 2003, we know where they are. They're in the area around Tikrit and Baghdad and east, west, south, and north somewhat. I was especially glad to see Rumsfeld held to account, because my employer at the time, broadcast giant Clear Channel Communications, had suspended me for a day from my primetime talk show for calling Rumsfeld the worst Secretary of Defense since Robert Strange McNamara. Rumsfeld was eventually squeezed out of office when a growing number of admirals and generals, retired and with nothing to lose, began to complain about his incompetence. Ray McGovern distinguished himself again last week at the Senate confirmation hearing for Trump's torturer, Bloody Gina Haspel, to head the CIA. While the evidence-destroying Haspel was untouched during her appearance before the Senate committee, Ray McGovern, who has actually served his country with integrity, was wrestled to the floor and dragged out. Take note of the way the thugs who took Ray down immediately began shouting the mantra "Stop resisting arrest." They are trained like performing SEALs to do this so that prosecutors can file up phony charges. Watch the 78-year-old Ray being swarmed and see if there is anything other than someone protecting himself from being dragged about and roughed up. But if a defendant as much as raises his hands to protect his face, or if his limbs don't contort in the way the detaining thugs demand, the petty authoritarians catch all charge of resisting arrest is waiting in the wings. My friend Mark Victor, the best-known criminal defense attorney in Arizona, is admired for his professional skill, tenacity, and principles. Mark has represented more than 2,000 defendants, numerous high-profile cases, federal and state alike. His law firm, Attorneys for Freedom, is staffed with attorneys who share Mark's pro-freedom views. And yet for all his experience, Mark confesses that it wasn't until he had his own run-in with goons shouting the obligatory "Stop resisting arrest" that he really understood the depth of the criminal justice system's dark side. From the 2018 Freedom Summit.